All right, welcome back to LAK Sports. Joining me is junior hockey goalie Ciaran Guitton-Quayle. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. I probably didn't, but I will get it eventually. But he has just signed with the Mooretown Flags for the 2026-27 season. So, Ciaran, welcome to LAK Sports, and thanks for taking the time. And I hope I didn't butcher your last name.
Thank you. You were close enough. Ciaran Guitton-Quayle is
Guitton-Quayle. Okay.
Guitton-Quayle, yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so welcome. First off, congratulations with signing with the Mooretown Flags. What was your first initial reaction when everything became official?
oh, it was unbelievable to be honest, because I've kind of known for a long time it's what I wanted to do is to play junior,
Hmm.
and that's been my goal for many years now. And then seeing that I decided to go to school down in Sarnia, I kind of had low expectations, and then I noticed that Mooretown was looking for goalies, and when I went out,
Hmm.
um, it's just a great experience, right? So I'm just really happy to get started with them. Um, like it was just shock when Kevin Devine he pulled me out and he told me that he was going to sign me. I was very excited.
Yeah, and how did that process work? Like, were you just seeking out teams? Did they seek you out first? How did this work out?
So actually, I reached out to them a couple months ago by email, and I told them that I was interested in playing for them because I was going to Lambton College. And then they reached back saying that they came out to a couple of games and they'd like to see me maybe, on the ice. And then I went down in, I want to say May, for an ice time, and then I started talking to them a bit, and then it just kind of kept rolling out from there, and we just kept seeing each other through ice times and through email.
Yeah, that's awesome. Obviously, the convenience of going to Lambton College and playing hockey while you do it is obviously the convenience is there. But what stood up about the Mooretown Flags organization that really wanted that made you want to continue your junior hockey career here?
Um, Mostly, sorry, wait, can you repeat that question?
Well, obviously there's the convenience factor that you're going to Lambton College and the Mooretown Flags organization is not too far down the river there. So, besides that, what really drew you to the Mooretown Flags organization that made you want to continue your junior career here?
Oh, well, actually, basically, yeah, the biggest thing is what I've heard about Moortown as a team and just as a
Hmm.
community. I've only heard good things, and I've heard that the fans really bring the community together as a family.
Hmm.
It's different things like when I played against Sarnia last year, like the Sarnia Sting, their coach came up to me and was telling me how it's a great organization, it's a great team. So that's really what drew me to Mooretown specifically. Especially, there's junior C teams everywhere, right? And convenience is
Yeah.
one thing, but you really need to be able to pick a team that you're going to be happy with. And when I basically from what I've heard from Mooretown and what I see in the staff, I think it's going to be a great time and a great experience. So,
Well, you've come through the Waterloo Wolves program. How has your development helped you kind of prepare for to jump up to the junior hockey level?
I think my development has created a great sense of competitiveness in me.
Hmm.
Um, I think I just like I'm just ready to play. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And junior C is like that step up, and that's that going to be that challenge that I think is going to help me get better as a player and as a person. Um, but going through Waterloo Minor Hockey, it's always been competitive in my age group, especially with goaltenders. There have been a lot of good goaltenders that went through it, and a lot of them who play junior nowadays. So I just think growing through all that and growing through challenges through minor hockey have helped me, develop into a junior C goalie. So,
Hmm. And then for fans that have not seen you play yet, how would you describe your style and what do you feel like they're going to notice first?
I think they're gonna notice that I'm an optimistic player. I think I'm very calm in net, I'd say. I'm very calm in net. I know when to use form or when to use desperation. Um, and I'd say I'm a very optimistic player. Is my biggest trait is you'll always see me like smiling on the ice, and I'm always ready to come to compete. So.
Hmm. Yeah. Every goalie has a game that gives them confidence. Was there a performance last season where you felt everything kind of clicked?
Performance last season. That's a great question, actually. Well, you have to give me some time to think. It would have been near the start of the season for sure, but I will say it was probably actually against Sarnia.
Okay.
I had a really good shutout game. And it was near the start of the season. So, everybody near the start of the season has certain type of nerves that can get to them. But I think getting that shutout and helping the team, complete that win, which was an important win too, because Sarnia was a great team last year. Um, I think that really set the mood for me for the year and just it made me tell myself I was like, okay, we're good and now we can get to work and we can develop.
Hmm.
So,
I want to talk a little bit about the position itself. I think arguably the goalie position can be one of the most toughest positions out there. How do you mentally reset, or how do you stay mentally composed after maybe a bad period, or after just a goal that you didn't want to slip away?
yeah, yeah. So what I would say the biggest thing that I would do is I kind of understand everybody makes mistakes, right? And
Hmm.
once you make that mistake in the moment it sucks. And in the moment you might overthink and you might, start to think like, oh, it's a bad game. Oh, it's I should have made that save. But all you can really do is understand that like, hey, I made a mistake, and the best thing to do is to come back from it and just play your game and just keep calm under pressure for the rest of the game because that's all you can give to your team after something like that, right?
Hmm.
And I think that's what helped me, not even just last year, but throughout all my years, is understanding that like, goalies are always going to make mistakes and it's an opportunity to work towards it. You practices twice, three times a week. Um, and just understanding that like you can always bounce back from a mistake.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. And then I think like with a lot of goals, I think everybody's strategy is different, but yeah, they're I think that's what makes the position so difficult. I think as a player, you have 22 other guys on the or 23 players on the bench that you can kind of help rely on, but as a goalie, you kind of stand on your own. So,
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. And I think everybody has the most important role, but it's definitely understandable as a goalie to maybe get in your nerves, saying that you're kind of like the binoculars are on you. You know what I mean?
hmm.
Like you're the only goalie on the ice for your team, so it seems it seems like you make the most impact. So the biggest thing is just remaining calm under pressure. Um, it's never over till it's over, and win or lose, like you always know that you can become better. And that's the great thing about being goalie is that it's so developing is not just easy, but it's like it's so optimal and just anything can help. So
When you look to the towards the upcoming season, I want you to enjoy your summer, but obviously you know that the season's coming up. So when you look ahead, what goals are you setting for yourself individually, and how do you like what goals do you think you can do as to accomplish as a team?
um to Mooretown like individually or as the full
Well,
team.
for yourself and as and what you can bring for to the team.
Yeah, well, like I said before, I think I bring a great sense of competitiveness,
Hmm.
but I'd also think that a big thing for me this year would be the morale. I really want to get to know the team because there's a lot of players on there that I've never met, right? I'm from Waterloo.
Hmm.
But just like everybody who I've met so far just seems like a great group of guys, and all the returning players who I've talked to on the ice, they're all really supportive. Even before knowing that I was on the team, right? So I can already tell it's going to be a great year in that sense, and I think that's just the big thing that I'm rooting for is that morale and maybe gaining like a connection and maybe buddies, right? Long lasting buddies for the rest of our lives, right? So And then I guess on the physical side, the biggest thing would be for me is remaining in the gym. And then I really want to try to get on the ice as much as I can this summer as well. Which is different. I might have to do a lot more individual things as Sarnia is still going to be 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hour drive for me. So I'm going down there for as many ice times as I possibly can, but of course I need to do some more individual. So.
Well, before I talk more about you, what was your first impression coming down to Mooretown, and have you been down to this area before?
Um, Not to Mooretown specifically, no, but my first impression was basically I walked in and there were the girls there and I thought they were signing me in for Mooretown, but they were just signing in a random team. And the first thing I noticed that they were like extremely nice. Like they started a conversation with me. They asked me where I was from, and they seemed really interested. And from there, that was a good starting point, you know what I mean? And I felt to myself, I was like, okay, these guys like it seems like a good organization. The community seems really nice. And then just throughout all my ice times and every day I've been down here, everybody's so nice. They're always smiling, right?
Hmm.
It just seems like a great community. So,
Excellent, excellent. And I want to ask you, what kind of style do you bring to the league? Like, what kind of goalie? If someone didn't watch you, I know you talked about the calmness and everything that you bring, but as the style, what is your typical style? How do you like to put yourself out there?
I'd say my confidence. I really like to attack the puck.
Hmm.
Um, Coming out, scrambles is like where I go when it's in close. I think that's where I really shine as a goaltender. I think I'm really confident as a goaltender as well. I'd say I'm really into making those big plays, and of course, remaining calm is also a big thing I go. But the main thing is confidence. I think I'm really good at cutting down on angles, and I think I'm really good
Hmm.
with my squareness to the puck. And being that, I think I'm really hybrid, whether, if I favor butterfly or staying up. I'm really confident that with my angles and the square of my puck that, you know, staying on my feet or going down on my knees are just kind of secondary to what I'm already good at. So,
Is there any NHL or any pro goalies that you model yourself over that you tend to like to watch?
um, I wouldn't say I model myself over this guy, but I've watched this guy for a long time, and I really like him. He's kind of underground, and not a lot of people know him. His name is Adam Gajan. He's a Slovak goalie, and it's just like the level of competitiveness. Like you can see it in his eyes and how he plays. He's just like it's his sheer determination to stop that puck every single time.
Hmm.
It's like that's just what I love to see from a goaltender, and I guess that's what I can model myself over too. Is like I'm always determined to stop that puck no matter what, and it's just like watching him on the ice is just it's unbelievable. Um, and there's good things to come for him. I don't know. I know he got drafted to Winnipeg. I just don't know because they have really good goalies in their development program right now. So I don't know how much ice time he's going to get at this point. But he's played for the national team. He played in the Olympics as well for Slovakia, and
Hmm.
that's just the big thing. I just love his determination to stop that puck.
For sure. And what's some of your maybe pregame routines or maybe superstitions that you might have before the puck drops?
Wow, that's that's a good question. I've never been too superstitious, but
Okay.
the biggest thing for me is, and this is people like to call me weird for this, but I don't like to eat before. As a goalie, I find it just makes me heavy and it feels a little weird.
Hmm.
Um, that's kind of my big thing is I don't like to eat before. I
Okay.
think it's really important to eat, the day before and staying hydrated all throughout the day, but that's the main thing for me. And then before games as well, I kind of adopted this 2 years ago at the start of my U18 career. Is before I go out to the crease, I used to get my coach to spray like cold water down my back as kind of like a jolt of energy,
Okay.
and it just kind of gets me going, gets me hyped up before the puck drops.
Excellent, excellent. And finally, what message would you like to send to the Mooretown Flags fans who are excited to see you in net next season or upcoming season?
Well, I'm just as excited as them, right? I think it's a great opportunity. I'm so glad that there's fans who are this amazing in this organization. I'm so glad I can be playing for an organization this great. So my message to them is like, we're coming here to win, but we're also coming here to have fun. And I can tell that this is going to be an amazing place, and I'm really excited to play not just for the team and not just for the coaching staff, but for those fans specifically. So.
Awesome, awesome. And if you have any shoutouts or anything like that, you're welcome to share them.
No sponsors to shout out, but of course, shout out my family and my friends, just everybody who supported me.
Hmm.
My coach, Mike Radatis, and that whole coaching staff that's coached me for the past 2 years, they've really helped me out. And they've really helped me develop into a junior C level goalie. So a really big thanks to them. Yeah,
Well, Kieran, I appreciate you taking the time. That's excellent. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and especially having you on here for the first time on LAK Sports. Good luck with the upcoming 2026-27 season with the Mooretown Flags, and hopefully the fans are not going to be are in for a treat. And good luck with everything, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
of course. Yeah, thank you so much for having me today.